que je m'apprête à vous montrer, c'est exactement ce que Keir Starmer ne veut pas que vous voyez.
Tomorrow's march in London is a reminder of what we're up against in the battle of our values. The organisers, including convicted thugs and racists, are peddling hatred and division, plain and simple. Their goal is to convince people that Britain's problems are caused by those living alongside them.
I'm furious because I'm an ex-military. I was in the RAF for 12 years. I served my country. I'm very proud of my flag.
According to Keir Starmer, I'm a racist bigot, but if you look around you, look at the people here, just spin your camera there, look at this lovely lady. She's a beautiful lady.
But this is the most important moment in our generation. If we don't send a message in that next election, if you don't register to vote, if you don't get involved, if you don't become activists, we are going to lose our country forever.
So if you look around, you can see mother, children, fathers, brothers, Iranian supporters. I don't see no more unity than Iran screaming UK in a demonstration.
Alexandre pour Rebel News et je suis présentement à Londres, en Angleterre, pour couvrir la grande manifestation de Tommy Robinson. Vous avez probablement vu en ligne que plusieurs politiciens, commentateurs, activistes et même des journalistes ont été bannis d'entrée ici en Angleterre.
Let's have a look at who Keir Starmer bans. Come on.
And on free speech, that has long lived in this country, free speech. It's one of the founding values of the United Kingdom. And we protect it jealously and fiercely and always will. And we will bear down on any limits on free speech. We've had free speech for a very, very long time in the United Kingdom and it will last for a very, very long time. We've had free speech for a very, very long time here, so we're very proud about that. We'll protect it.
Les gens se sont rassemblés ici pour envoyer un message fort, non seulement ici en Angleterre, mais au reste des autres pays occidentaux. Je suis ici pour couvrir la manifestation puisque je n'ai pas été bannie d'entrée. Comme vous le savez, mon boss Ezra Levin ainsi que mon collègue Avier Mini ont reçu une lettre du gouvernement du UK pour leur dire que leur visa avait été révoqué. Donc, je suis ici pour couvrir la grosse manifestation. Je vous montre dans quelques instants certaines entrevues que j'ai traduites juste pour vous. Donc, allons voir.
It means something as an American to see you stand, and I just want you to know there are millions of Americans all across the other side of the world that see you, hear you, and are praying for you and are standing with you today.
But I think this is historic. We're at a pivot point in the world. People are beginning to stand up, and when we all, in all of our different countries, realize, wait a minute, it's not our prime minister or our president that is the problem. We got to get them out of the way. It's the elites versus the people. And once people see they're doing this to all of us all over the world. They're collapsing the Western civilization. When we start supporting each other in a freedom movement, that's when the world changes.
I'm furious because I'm an ex-military. I was in the RAF for 12 years. I served my country. I'm very proud of my flag. I wear my flag proudly because I was born here in this country and my parents came over in the 60s and worked hard. They contributed to the economy and they bought a house and they moved into the suburbs and it was fantastic. I was born in Whitechapel, yeah, and I wouldn't recognise it now at all. At all.
Why it was important for you to be here today?
For freedom, for humanity. We're standing with the people of patriot of British people as well, standing against far lefties who are here or they took invade Iran and they want to do the same to Britain.
Because I think numbers matter and I think we need to send a message to the government.
Yeah, basically I've just had enough of how the country's being run by a dictator. If I'm honest, we're just fed up, we've had enough. We've sort of been down on our knees for a long time and it's time to stand up and face corruption in the eyes of adversity, if you will.
I've got two girls. Who I worship. The reason why I'm here is for them. If I sat at home and did anything, I'm not doing nothing. I'm here for them.
Because I'm fighting for the right of my country. Yeah, that's why I'm here.
I fought for this country. I don't want it to be overtaken by Islamists and communists. We fought for slavery, we brought technology to the modern world, and we're letting our enemies into this country.
Because I still believe that we can save the UK, but not only save, but also make UK great again by reviving true British spirit.
These are the British people. There's no violence, there's no far right, there's nothing.
So it was important for me to be here just as a witness to history, and then I was asked to speak, and now I've been told that I may not come back. I may not be allowed back if I speak, which, fine with me. I mean, I love Great Britain. I love Great Britain. The history here, we are one, as you know, we're from the same parentage. But if I'm banned for the things that I'm going to say today, Great Britain's already lost. It's already lost. I'm only going to be talking about first principles. I'm going to be talking about the founding principles of America that came from here. And if you're going to call me a hater for those, then I'm sorry, Great Britain. I don't want to come and visit you. There is nothing here. People need to wake up. If that's what they're banning, the British people need to wake up and stand up, and I'm glad that they are.
To be part of this movement, the Pink Ladies is important. It's bringing light to the fact that so much more is going on with regards to not protecting our women and children in this country. Everybody I speak to, women don't feel safe. They don't feel safe for their children. Even in school, it's becoming a huge problem.
We aren't politicians, we are not activists, we're just mums. Ordinary women who never ever imagined we would one day feel compelled to stand on a stage like this. Like so many women, we've reached a point where speaking up feels less frightening than staying quiet. But for many, attending an event organised by our good man Tommy here can threaten livelihoods, destroy reputations, and even put families at risk. Now that should concern every single person here, because people should not feel afraid to peacefully stand beside their beliefs that they hold, especially when it concerns children.
Ezra, that you're banned. I could not believe that such a lame-duck Prime Minister made the foolish decision to ban so many amazing speakers.
And you'll see it again on Saturday at a march designed to confront and intimidate this diversity and this diverse country. That is why this Labour government will block far-right agitators from travelling to Britain for that event.
Keir Starmer have blocked, cancelled visas of multiple people, including my team, Ezra Levin and Avi Yemini. What do you think of that?
Well, that's to me. I mean, it's a bit sounds like a dictatorship to me. I mean, Ezra, we miss you. You know, he's such a wonderful reporter, and Avi as well. They're both wonderful reporters, and they're telling the truth. They're reporting the truth. And the thing is, they don't want to hear the truth, and we need people like Ezra to come and to show the world that, you know, we are a peace-loving, you know, peaceful British people. You know, we're not aggressive, we're not, you know, far right, we're not Nazis at the end of the day. You know, I'm not a Nazi. You know, I'm just wanting free speech. I want to be able to speak how I want, and I want to be able to express myself the way I want to express myself, but not have to be dictated to by and be scared.
I think he's teaching the world that we are on the way to becoming North Korea.
And you want to be able to have a debate. People can't be banned, people can't be silenced. We are not living under communism. And Keir Starmer is very inspired by the IRGC, unfortunately. He's incrementally implementing censorship, but enough is enough.
Ezra has been honoured by the Queen. how do you go from being honored for journalism, for truth-telling by the Queen, to you're an enemy of the state? That makes no sense. This government is way out of control. I tell you, this must be what it felt like in the early 1930s in Germany, when things started to change and before it was quite obvious where the government was going.
He's not banning the boats that are coming through. He's not using the military to protect the borders, but he bans people that can come in and have a different opinion to him and the left side of the political state. It's ridiculous. Just because we have a different opinion to him doesn't mean those people shouldn't be allowed to speak. It's called freedom of speech for a reason. And if he's physically stopping people from coming into the country with a different opinion, then I don't know what's more authoritarian, really. That's not a democratic process at all. It's absolutely disgusting.
He can ban me, but he cannot stop you. He cannot ban you from voting. He cannot silence you. He cannot cancel you. And I am with you. I will always be with the British Lions. Always with the British women.
He's banning people from overseas.
What's that?
And he's not blocking the
Why
boat.
do you think he's banning people? Because we're winning. We're getting there. We are coming together, we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and message is getting across. A lot of people didn't even think about politics 10 years ago. I didn't. I'm here now because the only way to beat these people is by doing something about it. I don't know about politics 10 years ago, now I do. Now coming here, just by being here, just by being a number, an extra person in this rally, that's it.
Well, he's just showing his true hand there, isn't he, really? You just have to look at a man by his actions, not by his words. He's an absolute abhorrent, horrible individual of a person. And all we can say is please support us. We are the voices of the British people. We need your support more than ever now. Please help us.
He's a communist dictator. Communist dictator, that's pure and simple. At the end of the day, what happened to free speech? There was men that have died on the battlefields of Europe for free speech, and you're calling us Nazis. He's a communist, simple as.
I don't even have to explain that. Every Saturday since October the 7th, Keir Starmer has allowed Palestinian marches on the streets of London, spreading hate. Not only spreading hate, every week we're hearing about Jews being killed, being attacked, and nothing happens.
If the West feels so sorry for the Israeli Zionists, why don't they give a place in Germany? Why don't you go to Hitler's back garden and make an occupation there? Then they will know what kind of people these are. Why every so many 100 years the Zionists get slaughtered? Because Hitler knew how to deal with these people.
As soon as there's a march against this, he blocks speakers. It speaks for itself. Keir Starmer has to go.
Thank you, Duff. Thank you, Duff. Thank you.
En France, depuis 60-70 ans, on a des politiques migratoires qui sont complètement folles, qui font qu'aujourd'hui, on est face à des arrivées massives de populations qu'on ne maîtrise absolument pas. Et donc, on a des étrangers, notamment d'Afrique ou du Maghreb, qui arrivent, qui sont déjà là. Certains sont même nés en France, mais dans leur tête ne sont pas français, qui arrivent en masse et qui imposent leur culture dans une société européenne qui est plus proche du code civil que de la charia. Voilà.
This is a Christian country, and this country is just. They've got nowhere else to go, and if all these people come in, and take over the culture, it's not going to be Britain anymore. It's not going to be Great Britain anymore, and we can't have that. And it's not a racist thing. I'm not a racist. You can't call me a racist. But at the end of the day, we have to fight for what. It's a spiritual battle, though, guys. This is the thing. We have to come back to Christ. Christ is King, and we must come back to Christ because at the end of the day, we are a Christian nation.
That's why the country's divided, is because we're being told that we can't speak up, but we have to accept everything that's thrown at us, and it's not right. It's not right at all.
You just mentioned that he's not using those power to block and to stop illegal migrants on the boat. Why he's not doing so, do you think?
In my personal opinion, it's because they can bring them in, they can house them, they can feed them, and they can give them the indefinite leave to remain, and then they get more voters. Because who are you going to vote for? The people that gave you the housing, that gave you the money, that gave you everything. So you're going to vote for them, and then that keeps people like us out. One of their votes cancels out one of our votes. So they're already winning. They let in 500,000 British votes down the toilet, and that's the sole reason, in my opinion, the sole reason.
If it wasn't for one man who didn't choose the life or the money, he chose to fight for humanity. He chose to fight for the most important thing we have, and that's our free speech. So right now, for 60 seconds, I want the loudest roars and a round of applause to Elon Musk.
Oh, you're a far-right agitator.
According to Keir Starmer, I'm a racist bigot, but if you look around you, look at the people here, just spin your camera there, look at this lovely lady. She's a beautiful lady, and she's had no abuse. This is not. 2 days ago, he got up and was telling everyone this is a right-wing racist march. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely. Have you seen any racists here? Have you seen anything? No.
So if you look around, you can see mother, children, fathers, brothers, Iranian supporters. I don't see no more unity than Iran screaming UK in a demonstration. That is unity, not Palestine screaming kill the Jews, but Iran screaming UK. That's unity, not Keir Starmer's Britain.
It's lost its meaning, far-right racism. It's lost its meaning in this country now. As you can see today, we don't care. The amount of people that have turned up, we've been called racist before, time and time again. It's completely lost its meaning.
I'm against what Keir Starmer said, because this is UK has always been a country who welcome all the nations from around the world, and I think Keir Starmer's government is failing UK Britons and other people. They came here to run away from Islamic Republic of Iran. They basically failing all humanity, Keir Starmer's government.
It's just an absolute disgusting way to sort of slander us all in that sort of rhetoric. We're not all like that. We're decent, we're hard-working human beings, you know what I mean? We just want fairness.
Why do you think he's doing that?
What, calling us far-right? Because he wants to stop us. He wants to paint us like we are a racist country, like we don't want anyone but our own living here, and that's not the case. The facts are we are a very welcoming country. In fact, we're too welcoming. I think we've allowed this to happen over a period of time. Labour have accelerated it to a degree that is just unprecedented, and now we have this. Our children unsafe, our women unsafe, women having to carry sprays in their bags because just scared of being attacked or sexually harassed. So it's happened to one of my daughters, and we can't let it go on any longer.
Violence is coming to us, it's already here. Hostile communities have been imported into our nation who are not going to integrate, they're not going to assimilate. It's heading to a clash. We can beat that through the ballot box, but we have to wake up the 50% that don't vote.
And, Tommy Robinson have always had support, but not at the extent that we are seeing today. What changed?
I think the world is changing. I think people are finally waking up. The left, the red-green alliance, if you will, has overplayed its hand. Thank God. Because they were slow boiling us for a long time and people were refusing to wake up. I think in England, what has happened this week with the banning of speakers, freedom of speech, I don't think that's playing well. I mean, I've been hearing from people saying, I didn't have any intention of going, but I'm going now. I don't know if that'll turn out, but people are waking up.
He's now been able to unite the kingdom. He's the only person that's able to bring this many people together. None of the politicians can do it. Tommy Robinson can do it because he's speaking the truth. Yeah, and he can see it. And he's been saying this for years and years and years. And he's been saying the truth, but they don't want to hear the truth. So he's been demonized. And now people realize, well, he's not that demon that they're saying he is.
I think finally the grooming gangs have been exposed more than they ever have before. It's quite obvious that all over the country there are grooming gangs under Pakistani rule happening. People are being raped, treated like shit, and ignored by the media. If you watch Tommy Robinson's YouTube documentary Silence, it shows you the lengths that the state go to silence people that have these opinions and know what the Syrian refugees do, what these refugees do to people over here. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't welcome any immigration. There are the correct routes and the wrong routes, and we are rewarding the wrong routes, and that's just ridiculous.
Well, I think people are starting to realise that Tommy Robinson isn't a bad person, and he has been telling the truth for a very long time, and the state likes to silence people that speak the truth. So I fully support Tommy Robinson in all he's done. He's a great human being, he's a great man, and he holds the integrity of the British people 100%.
I think more people are moving away from mainstream media, more people are looking at news channels like you. More people are actually seeing what's really happening out on the street. They're seeing what's happening when they walk out of the door. They're seeing what's happening when they go to the supermarkets. They're seeing the change in the country, and they're seeing that something needs to be done.
People are waking up. People are realising that Tommy Robinson has spoke the truth. The grooming gangs are coming through. Tommy spoke about this for years. People are sick of the boats coming over. Simple as that. We're happy for migration. England was built on migration. We want migrants to come, but we want them to be legal. We want to know who they are.
What changed? I think people are waking up and woken up. I think it's taken too long for people to wake up. I think people have probably spoken about these things amongst themselves or in silence, been too scared to speak up. And, I think Tommy's great in what he's done. He's for his country. Let's face it, they've put him in prison how many times now for a movement that, look at this following today. This speaks louder than words, right? The amount of people that are here, and it gives you a sense of patriotism and hope, because I think the British people are losing hope, and this is bringing us all together.
Stand up like Donald Trump does in America. Look after your own country first. Charity begins at home. Look after your own veterans on the street, your own homeless, your own people, your own women who are getting abused, who can't get housing, men sleeping in the doorway who've lost their careers. The industry's gone. Look after your own country, then develop the rest of the world.
Merci d'avoir regardé, j'espère que vous avez apprécié mon reportage. Si vous le pouvez, allez sur tommyreports.com, donnez ce que vous pouvez pour m'aider à défrayer les frais reliés à mon voyage ici, parce que ce n'est pas gratuit pour venir en Angleterre. En fait, c'est très dispendieux. Donc, si vous pouvez, donnez ce que vous pouvez. Je répète, à tommyreports.com. Et merci en avance d'avoir regardé. Et je vous demande si vous pouvez partager, donner un like et d'écrire un commentaire et vous abonner à notre chaîne YouTube. Merci.